happened, leave in the morning. And that's where he told all the children to stay.
Okay. And how many children did he have? Your father. How many of them are you?
Oh, 5.
5?
Right. Yes, I have Mary, Lillian, me, my brother Jay, and my sister Rosa.
You're all farmed.
So we were always on the farm on Farm Avenue.
Okay.
There's a lot of migrations here today, and here that's
And who might they be? Who's here? Who's here?
Well, you see that first row?
Yeah.
They are all my first cousin, and Marie married my cousin Henry, and that's Marie Andrews, who was from the Uncle Joe Rottkamp family, and Barbara from the Uncle Joe Rottkamp family, and Amelia from the Henry Rottkamp family. They're all my first cousins, and I was born there in 1927, and I have a lot of cousins who were born the same year as I was, but we were the first farm against Eisenhower Park, the motor park. The next was Uncle Al. His daughter Ruth is still alive, but she's in Florida. The next was a farm that Grandma bought for Uncle Frank, who was a bachelor, 10 acres without a house, because he lived with his mother and father in Elmont on the Hampshire Turnpike in Elmont. The next was Uncle Bill Rottkamp. Billy is here today. They were the next one. And the next was Uncle Henny. Amelia is the only living survivor from that family. My grandmother built 4 brand new houses with barns and a garage on the west side of Common Avenue. Across the street from where we live, Aunt Marty Finn, which was a sister to my father, Grandma bought her and her family 20 acres, which had old buildings on that my father rented from the Finns, and we planted potatoes on them. The next were families that was there, but the next was Uncle Joe Rottkamp, which was Marie's mother and father. They had an old farmhouse with the barns, and the next was Uncle Ben and Aunt Lizzie, and all of theirs are and she lives over in Jersey. They had an older house. Grandma Rottkamp was my godmother in 1927 when I was born, and after setting all of these boys up with farms, and Uncle Johnny was the oldest, he stayed on the home farm on the Hampshire Turnpike here, right here down the road. Uncle Johnny and Aunt Neely stayed at the home farm. She left them now. The man that gave me all this information was Georgie Wolfus, who lived and farmed across from Grandma and Grandpa Rottkamp when he was young. He's still alive. He's up in his 90s. And he had his good memory, Jerry Rottkamp, my cousin's son. We went to visit him, and he gave me all of this information. How Grandma sold that all off the back of the farm, but kept the front out for the oldest son, and started all of her sons on Common Avenue. She was my godmother in 1927, and she died in 1928. So I don't know if anybody else could ever do what my grandmother did for her family before she died.
And then in 1949 you married Schmitt, right?
Yes, I did. In 1949.
I checked it.
And in 1951 I moved to Melville, and I'm there yet. That's it.
I think it's the only family that started in Fosters Meadow and is still working in land. I think it's the only one.
Right?
No, Philip Schmitt.
Excuse me, yes.
Philip Schmitt.
And my brother.
I apologize. We have 2.
Albert Schmitt. There's others. Yeah.
I'll have to check out the crumbs.
My brother Jay.
Yeah.
But who did he marry? Not a pedigree. Not a pedigree.
That's right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Now we're going to talk about the agricultural community, okay? And I'm going to hand this over to Paul. Okay?
Well, I'm glad we have some farmers here because what was the main cash crop of Fosters Meadow?
My grandfather was strawberries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Vegetables.